these Jews are now Antiochans. Meaning what? These Jews are now Greeks. They're in the fashion. They've had license from the king to set up a place of exercise at Gymnos in the fashion of the heathen, the same way they were training naked, as brother went into. So this is all I've got right now. Lord willing, we'll fling some more scriptures or history of this in the comments. So until the next time, Lord willing, Shalom, peace to the elect house of David, double honors to the elders in Israel that rule well, and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai. Olympic, adjective, c. 1600, of or in reference to Mount Olympos, the mountain in Thessaly, believed to be the home of the greater Greek gods. Come on, man. Jew nor Greek is still relevant today, except the Israelites. They actually think they are Greeks. It says also in reference to Olympia, Chora, a town or district in Ellie, in ancient Greece, with the famous temple of Zeus, where athletic contests in honor of Olympian Zeus were held from 776 BCE, and every 4 years thereafter. It is from Greek Olympikos, from Olympus, which in both places is of unknown origin. See Olympus. The modern Olympic Games are a revival begun in 1896. Interesting year. Olympics, short for Olympic Games, is from 1630s. Ha! Alright, let's go back. We're bringing this out to show you we're still Hellenized, man. We're still Hellenized. Let's actually get the word gym. The brother's gone into it, but let's just still get the word gym. Short for gymnasium, a place of exercise, from Latin gymnasium, school for gymnastics, from Greek gymnasium, public place where athletic exercises are practiced, gymnastics school, in plural, bodily exercises, from gymnasium, to exercise or train, literally or figuratively, to train naked, from gymnos, naked. And he's going into how they're wearing spandex, how they're wearing all manner of Greekish fashions, okay? So let's hit the scriptures again. Where do we even start? So 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 10, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, named Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel Yashara'al wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. So they literally made, in our holy city, they made the same gymnos. They were doing the same thing, man. This is why you have Jews and Greeks. I don't get how you can't get it. Certain people, the Lord's blocked from getting it, but certain people see it, but don't want to admit they get it. This is who the Greeks are. And it didn't only go into literally Hellenized people, it could actually go into someone of a different custom, because they're as a Greek. They're still not doing Israel. It says, Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants, and horsemen and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him, and fled, and many were wounded to death. And you go into and you look at this Antiochus. He was wicked, man. Obviously he was wicked. But this is even talks about this in, let's go, Daniel chapter, I just said 7 and pulled 8. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to call it, I always call it wrong. Anyway, Daniel chapter 8, it says, In the In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first. And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass, when I saw that I was at Shushan, in the palace which is in the province of Elam, and I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai. Then I lifted up mine eyes, and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. And that's talking about the Medes, and the Medes and the Persians. I knew he said the Elamites. Daniel chapter 8 and verse 4. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any cloud that could deliver out of his hand, but he did it according to his will and became great. And this is talking about how the Grecians came up. And it goes on. And as I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. Meaning what? He was quick. It said, and the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And what's this talking about? 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chetim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. This is prophecy fulfilled, and it's chronicled by certain authors of that era, whether you say falsely attributed or whatever, but there's chronicles, there's written, what do you say, manuscripts, handwritten scriptures, and not holy scriptures, but just documents, talking about how he understood this, he knew this, and was sort of more gracious towards the Jews, the Israelites. But Antiochus Epiphanes had absolutely no mercy, man. It says, I don't even know if I finished that one. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he cast him down to the ground, and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Meaning what? The kingdom was waxing richer, greater and greater. And it was because the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai had moved this king. He controlled it. Knowest thou not that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord? Where are we? Proverbs chapter 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Why is that? Because Psalm 115 and 3 says, but our God is in the heavens, he hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. So everything that's come to pass on this earth, everything that happens right now, everything that ever will happen, is all in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. And it goes, I think we have read that one now. Salah, I'm losing my place on where I've read in this chapter. Daniel 8 and 8. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, for it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven. And that's talking about Alexander. After he fell down, his 4 generals came up after him. And it said, and out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great toward the south, toward the east, and toward the pleasant land. The pleasant land is talking about Jerusalem. And it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast some of the host of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon them. Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host. And by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. So he magnified himself even to the ruler, even to that Shah. And by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. And unrest was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression, and it cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and prospered. Again, who would this be? Let's hit 2 Maccabees. Where am I looking? 4. Where's the one about exercise? Here we are. Alright, we'll go from there. So, 2 Maccabees chapter 4 verse 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus, called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason the brother of Ananias labored underhand to be high priest, promising under the king by intercession 303 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents. Beside this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set him up a place for exercise, and for the training of youth in the fashions of the heathen, to write of them by Jerusalem, to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus. I don't know why that tripped me up so much. Anyway, these Jews are now Antiochans, meaning what? These Jews are now Greeks. They're in the fashion. They've had license from the king to set up a place of exercise at Gymnos in the fashion of the heathen, the same way they're training naked, as brother went into. So this is all I've got right now. Lord willing, we'll fling some more scriptures or history of this in the comments. So until the next time, Lord willing, Shalom. Peace to the elect house of David. Double honors to the elders in Israel that rule well. And all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai.